Yeah, I don't know why I got kicked off, but I'm back. Back from my little walk. I don't know. Yeah, throttle's at 15 minutes, I guess. I don't know how to fix that. But it's whatever. Now I can't see. Let's start this here again in a sec. Get these shoes out, get my feet in the grass. So, like I said, I just started growing my own shit, my own herbs, my own aloe vera, my own tomatoes, my own jalapenos, my own cascabels, my own guajillos, and sage. Now I've got onions, everything I need for pico de gallo I've got in the garden. And setting up here, I'll switch the camera around and walk around here so we can figure this out. My janky little trellis, but it's sturdy as fuck. It's sturdy as fuck. And I just started planting today. I've been turning everything up, getting everything ready. I got my tomatoes planted and all white heirlooms I got from Nicole Scoville, of course. And I got wildflowers and cucumbers and shit that's going in, and onions, but this is where I'm going to attempt to grow a 15-foot pot plant. And I've encased it in wire. I'm going to finish it today. I ran out and had to get another roll, so I'm going to finish it today and then fill it with soil. And I've got seeds from Humboldt County coming today. As you can see, I live next to a cornfield. So it's like in the city, but I'm out in the country. But yeah, farming and shit, man, and teaching through word of mouth, I think, is more valid and most likely more important and information that you need to hold on in your mind and not let go. And like, the teachings of the Buddha, it basically comes down to, what are you fucking asking me for? Like, hey, go figure it out for your fucking self. I can give you 50,000 answers, but you gotta go find it for yourself. Life is about experimentation and taking chances and sharing love and doing everything we do with love and passion. And as long as we do that and like I said earlier, understand the language that we've been taught and really understand the origins, the Greek origins, the Latin origins, all of these different languages that were used to devise this language, and it's all done through numbers. The only numbers that exist, 1 through 9. Zero doesn't exist. It's just a placeholder. You know, and the design was intricate, and they've controlled us for hundreds, thousands of years. And it's like it's starting to all come to an end because we're flying through a new spot in space, and we're flying through new vibrations, and their lies and their deceit and the way they think and the things they do. Those things alone, I don't care how much money Elon Musk has. Karma's a bitch. The balance is there. And, you know, you are who you are. You can try and hide it, but it all comes out that, you know, our apartheid President Elon Musk is even throwing Nazi salutes on the stage and then saying it's not. Come on, man. We all know you're from an apartheid family. But everybody's all gung-ho for these guys, and you know what I mean? This system that we're under right now is all about make the poor struggle more and help the rich get richer. And that's all they want, and that's how this place is going to collapse. You know? So I want to talk about all that shit, and like I want to find some cool people to interview, and fucking Gushki, you know, interview you and you interview me. We got some killer talks and like really push people to think. The main reason I'm doing this, and I'm going to start doing it every day, part of my yoga, my meditation. The reason I'm doing it, stoner moment, is to provoke thought. All I want people to do is think. I don't care if you hate me. I don't care if you think I'm crazy and you laugh at me, which there are going to be a lot of those out there. Even my old friends, people I've known since I was a kid. And what the fuck you smoking? You're smoking crack, Dan. What the fuck you thinking, you age in reverse? Man, there's a lot to tell you about my life for you to understand why I feel like I age in reverse. And it ain't my physical side. I understand this spacesuit fucking ages, but not me, not my spirit. I'm eternal. I know it. And I know with the way I think, and if I think that I age in reverse and I live by those rules that I do, and I work on myself every day to become better me for me, then it all just falls into place. Like within a year of yoga and meditation and 3 to 4 hours a day, I've gotten a job with a huge increase in pay, a huge increase in say-so, a freedom, and I still have to work just as hard as I did, but like at least now I'm getting what I feel that I deserve for as hard as I work. And like, but I don't want to do that anymore. I want to make money just being me and showing the trades that I have in gardening and building things. And like, I'm heading for the woods ASAP. You know, you guys that know me, like I've been on paper for 8 years and afraid of getting locked up. So I'm the villager who went into the woods to, you know, hide from everyone and everything and find myself. And I still do that. I don't do nothing but work and home and meditation and completely focused on myself. And that has made my life the happiest I've ever been. And like, I want to share this with people. I want to let people know that, like, if you want to change, you can do it with disciplined mind and a reason to get up, a feeling of gratefulness every night when you go to bed. That's, I can't wait to wake up tomorrow and do it all again. And all you got to do is get up, work on yourself, put a smile on your face, and go out and make someone else smile. And you've done it. There's no other job to do on this existence. All it is about is experience. We're here to experience the good, the bad. There is no good. There is no bad. There only is. It's all perspective, and everything is perspective. One man's trash is another man's riches. You know, like, we all have our own idea. For me, simulation theory works best, and we live in a giant fucking video game. Really obvious. And all you got to do is get up every day and run the little course and do the little level. And at the end of the day, what happens? You level up. It's really simple, but not really, because there's so many distractions in life that just hold us back from taking care of ourselves. Because we got to take care of everyone else, or we got to do this and we got to do that. And you find on the phone and do this and do that. Every distraction we can find to not sit with ourselves in our darkness and fall in love with that darkness. Embrace it, accept it, know it. Know it. I want to know my adversary. I met my adversary, we had it out, and now we're best friends. You know? So it's a great way of life for me, and like I'm not trying to push my beliefs on anyone or anything. Again, I'm doing my best to just try and make a living just being me, and traveling and going to Europe to see my daughter. You know, traveling with her and just going to places and doing these videos and showing people the world through my eyes, through the eyes of love. And meet other people that want to do the same. And like you know, everything I do is teach, learn, grow. That's what we're all here to do. Just experience, to teach everyone, to learn from everyone we can, and to grow. And I want to do some cool shit. Like, I want to, you know, interact with some people and see where this goes. It could go in so many different directions with my mushroom growing, my weed growing, my ketamine therapy, my yoga, my meditation, my want to travel, my want to help people. And yeah, and get this thing set up to where I can get comfortable. I get a little studio set up in my house and get my podcast shit going so I can bring guests in and stuff. And I'm working on that day by day. I'm getting shit together for this all to come together. So, but I'm looking for a counterpart too. I need my Jamie, like Joe Rogan has. Just that person that does all those details so that I can just do my thing. And bounce things off me and give me shit, give me a hard time, talk shit to me, make fun of me. You know, and I don't mind doing it alone, but it was really cool to share it with somebody who wants to do the same thing. It'd be cool if maybe it was one of my kids, you know, my daughter, one of my sons. Whatever happens, the main thing for me is just, again, discipline. Neuroplasticity with me is like an amazing thing because it's easy for me to incorporate things into my routine because I don't have anyone or anything that's distracting me from what I need or want to do. Like literally no one. So I'm going to try and build this up. I need everybody's support. I need at least 50 subscribers on YouTube so I can start doing live streams from there. And I got to do some TikTok too. Get on there and deal with all the idiots and stuff that are yelling and screaming and just talking shit, whatever. It don't matter to me. Attention is attention. Again, all I'm here to do is provoke thought. If I've done that, whether you like me or not, I don't care. I'm here to make you think. Think for yourself. You know? Because that's what nobody does. And as soon as everyone is thinking the same, nobody's thinking. And literally, everyone's so lazy, they don't even want to think. It's just easy to go with the programming like a robot. Nobody wants to think for themselves. Nobody wants to take the time to love themselves. They got all the time in the world to search out for someone who's going to love them and take care of them. But where could they be? Where? My whole life I search, and where are they? And this one left, and that one left, and this is gone, and that's gone. All I had to do was look within me. Like Jesus said, and you don't like the word Jesus because that means Hail Zeus. Do your research. Jesus means Hail Zeus. It is a Greek and Roman programming device. But that Jesus, that Cristo, that oil that travels through your body, that oil that rises up into your pineal gland and returns, that is where the beauty of life is. That's Jesus. Jesus said, like, I got it tattooed on my side. He's pointing right directly to his heart. That's where Jesus is. You don't have to look anywhere. It's right there within you. Or, I mean, you could look up in the sky and look at the sun. Well, you might put sunglasses on. You want to see Jesus walk on water? Go look at the coastline at Ocean Beach, California. When you see that sunset down in that water, you're going to see Jesus' beard, and you're going to see that fool walk on water. So I've learned to not be upset by any religion. I accept them all because I understand the universe. I understand the stars. I understand the seasons. I understand the 4 crucifixions. The 4 crucifixions, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Those are all summer solstice, your spring equinox. You know what I mean? Winter solstice. You know, all those seasons, that's God and that's Jesus. The middle of fucking late June, July, that's Jesus. That's when that sun is high in the sky. But what do you got in the winter time? What do you got in the winter? Man, death. Like, everything starts turning dark. Everything starts getting orange and red, brown and black. Like the colors they use to portray satanic worshipers. And it's not about a devil. It's about winter. It's about the fact that all your plants in the winter, and you especially, if you ain't got your food collected and you ain't got a warm place to sit, you're not provided for, what the fuck's going to happen? You're going to freeze to death. You're going to starve. That's the devil that everyone's so afraid of. There is no devil. That's you if you want to be. But you are God. You are creator. Don't have to look any further. It's right there within you. But again, everyone's too worried looking outside of themselves. No one wants to look within. Nobody wants to face themselves. Nobody. Anyone who doesn't want to use psychedelics is afraid of themselves, afraid to face themselves down and accept. And if they do it, then it's just the beginning of breaking free. And you will. You will break free. But it's difficult this day and age. And I'm telling you right now, you can go do all the yoga and meditation you want, but if you can't quiet your mind and you can't sit still, you ain't gonna do shit. You gotta find yourself. And yogis, they spend their entire lives secluded and meditating. And yes, they can get to heights of frequency that are just like using psychedelics. They don't need them. Go give a Buddhist monk a hit of acid, he ain't gonna feel a fucking thing because he's already there. Already done been there. He's already there. But in this day and age, in the world we live in, phones, relationships, problems, whatever it is that's troubling you. Oh, Trump and Elon, they did this and they did that. Oh my God, what are we ever gonna do? Oh, nothing. You do nothing. Because it ain't even about you. It's their games they're playing. It's their theater. And their theater is for your entertainment. You could get stressed about it and be pissed and sad and stressed, or you could just understand that they're all actors. These countries are all in business together. They all trade products back and forth, and the illusion of that they're enemies is for your entertainment. Again, whether you want to accept it and love it, or you want to be mad and feel that all they're trying to do is instill those things in you because that's what gives them power. What gives them power is your fear. You know what I mean? Like, they're fucking stealing kids and harvesting, glands from their brain to get high off this shit and whatever. They're doing shit that's fucking twisted. And it's okay as long as you're super rich to go ahead and fuck some kids. But it's not for the common man. You know what I mean? It's just all these rules and all this is right and that is wrong. And everyone, no, that is right and this is wrong. This is all programming. It's all control. You don't even need it. You don't even need to pay any attention to it. One of my newest things that I work on every day as a Buddhist is to not react to anything that doesn't appeal to me. If I don't like what someone said, or even if I could correct them, I could try and jump into the conversation and help them, but that's just going to cause an argument. Why? I'm not going to give them my energy. I'm going to keep it to myself and move through my day because I don't exist in the same plane that everyone else does. I don't wear a mask. Everywhere I go and no matter what I do, I'm me to the hilt. To the hilt. And we all have to be. Because who are you putting this mask on for? You putting a mask on so that somebody's going to like you. Well, if they're not going to like you if you're putting on a mask, if you can't be yourself, when your true self comes out living around the house, you're going to find out this shit ain't fucking working. And it ain't ever going to work unless you know yourself. And most relationships that go for many, many, many years, like Barbara Streisand and her husband, I don't even know, umpteen years they've been married, but they live in different houses, they live in different countries. They just still love each other. They don't give up on that. Because love isn't something that's for one person and not another. That's another one of my issues that I have and things that I want to talk about is love in itself. And so many girls that I've dated and been with, like, they get jealous of the fact that I love everyone. She's like, you love the mailman? Yes. And then they're all thinking like it's some kind of romantic thing. Like, no. Love is not sex. Love is not carnal desire. Love is that feeling you have when you think about your child who cares about you and helps you. The parents that were there for you. And you know, and even the ones that weren't, their fuck ups taught you how to fucking not be. And if they hadn't fucked up, you wouldn't be who you are. Again, there is no good, there is no bad. Everything we did made us who we are. And we have to accept it. Like, it isn't about what we did. What we did doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is what we do. What we do. All that karma that we did, that we don't want anymore, it's real easy. You don't have to think about it anymore. All you got to do is just let go. Because you don't need it anymore. You've already punished yourself. You're going to punish yourself and those people over and over again for what? So you can suffer? Let it go. Let it go. So that's another one of those things that we can get into some really deep conversations. And, you know, and I think with a little bit of time, we'll get some traction and have some fun with this shit. So I hope this was the first good one. I hope everyone that didn't get on here, sooner or later, they'll fucking see it. You know, I just want to help people. That's all I got to do is wake up, smile, and try and make someone else smile. And I got friends out there that do that. My friends, they're like me. They know when they get out of their car and they head into work, they're going to go and try and make someone fucking smile. I don't care who it is. But if you do that, that's your job for the day is done. You've done it. I know when I get to work and everyone's fucking screaming out my name and they're happy I'm there, I didn't have to do a damn thing. All I had to do is walk in the door. And I've already made their day, everyone's day, just for showing up, just for being me, just for being authentic and never hiding who I am. I don't have a mask. I buried that fucker. I don't need to impress anyone but my higher self. And that's another thing I want to get into too, is like my yoga. I don't go to, I tell people that I do yoga and they go, oh, where do you go? I go home. I do it alone because I spend 3 or 4 hours doing it. And the only way I'm going to do it is pretty much alone. And some class might be cool here and there to learn some shit and share some energy, but the intense stuff that I'm doing, grabbing control of every single tendon, every single muscle, knowing where every nuance. If I got a pain, I can find it in about fucking 30 minutes and it's gone. Just because I've stretched every single tendon in my body, and I'll keep going until I can do the splits. But it's all from within. It's all remembering. I didn't have to learn. Nobody had to teach me. All I had to do was talk to my higher self, to tune in to my higher self. And it showed me everything, and does still every day, shows me something new, some new stretch, some nuance that propels me forward and gives me a moment of growth every single day. That's why I go to bed with gratefulness. Thank you for having this day. Thank you for letting me go and put these smiles on people's faces with this wonderful food. And I can't wait to get up tomorrow and work on myself again, and then go back out and make all these people, feed 150 people a day. You know, that's not a whole lot, but that's a lot of people, and that's a lot of food. And I don't care what's going on in their day. If they've had a shit fucking day and no one cares about them, whatever the problem is, they've lost something or it was stolen, whatever has gone on. They came into my restaurant and they sat down, and for that 20 or 30 minutes that they sat there and ate that plate, everything went away. Everything went away. And I allowed that to happen. I did that. I gave them that personal space for 20 or 30 minutes to not worry about their life and just enjoy a meal. And that's why I cook. And that's why I consider myself an alchemist. And an alchemist is one who just understands how to mix bits and pieces of everything to make something just fantastic. And I don't care what it is. Food, chemicals. God, I love chemicals. And yourself. Alchemy is about learning about yourself. What I'm doing right now, breaking myself down in every single fucking level. Emotionally, physically, anything I can find in that morning, that 4 hours that I spend on myself, and then I put it to action. And you know, I have these moments every morning of vulnerability, of just being very vulnerable. And you know, just with the yoga and the meditation, you just so unprotected. But when it's all over and you get up and you stand up and you drink that glass of water, and energy just flies into you. And I go into work and I work with 10, 12, 15, 20 people a night, servers, cooks, whatever it is. I got more energy than every single person in that place put together. I fly around that kitchen like a fucking dancer, cooking food and focused on myself with my headphones in my ear, listening to my fucking Tibetan gongs and crystal bowls and woo, 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 whoa, whoa, whoa. I keep my positive focus on my food and putting love and passion into it. And those things incorporated with the meditation has made my life very fruitful. It made me very happy. And I'm here alone, I you know, I've had birthdays where I was just all depressed, and the worst birthday of my fucking life because no one's around and blah, blah, blah. I woke up today all alone and I couldn't be more stoked. I couldn't be more fucking stoked to spend my birthday alone. I went and found myself an onyx egg, this big ass onyx egg on Facebook Marketplace for $5. Found myself a Kali mask, all handmade. It was really fucking cool for $8. And smoked some weed, smoked some hash, some yoga, some good food. And there's another thing I want to get into too, is lifestyle and eating habits, and people thinking they need to eat 3 times a day or 6 times a day. And to an extent, if you're an athlete, you know, body needs fuel, but we as Americans in particular eat way too much. Everybody's obese. I only eat 6 hours out of the day. For 18 hours a day, 16 to 18, whatever it is, right around there, I don't eat. I drink water. Just water. And then for that 6 hours a day, I can eat whatever the fuck I want. It don't matter. And I learned that they told me, don't eat bread and don't eat starches and don't eat this and that. It's going to affect your rheumatoid arthritis. Bullshit. All my arthritis symptoms, all my any symptom I've had has all been neurological and psychological, because I've eliminated it all. It's all gone. And every day I still have my little ticks and stuff, but I'm repairing injuries I've had since I was 17. Car crashes, with wrist problems, and fingers that don't work, and shots in my fingers, and several finger surgeries in the last few years. And not one doctor ever said, hey, you could just do some hand yoga, and like, it fucking sucks and it's painful. It really is. It's really painful. But if you do that every day, you could heal yourself of this problem. And I'm doing it. But they don't want you to do that. It's the same with the diabetic. They'd just rather give you insulin. They'd rather give you insulin and send you out the door. When really, all you got to do is stop eating bread and sugar. Cut the bread out of your diet. Watch the diabetes fucking disappear. Because people, but no, I could probably stop eating bread maybe 1 or 2 days, 3 days a week. But I could never stop eating bread. You know why? Because bread works on the same fucking brain receptors as heroin. And you're all addicted to the bread. And if you go 2 or 3 days without it, what happens? You fiend for it. You need a piece of bread or a piece of sugar. I'm telling you, go carnivore. And my mom will tell you, go carnivore. And I'll tell you, when I did it, and like, I'm more like ketovore. I still eat cheese, but like, when you eliminate the sugar and the carbs and all that shit out of your cupboards, and you're kicking it, I'm telling you, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning when you're half asleep, you're going to be in there tearing apart the cupboards to fucking try and find some sugar or some kind of carb, because your mind is fucking flipping the fuck out. But after a week or two, it goes away, and all of a sudden, you don't need it anymore. Some water. I can eat a 16-ounce steak a day and be perfectly fine. Pound of meat. And, it's not something that's forever, but we all have to experiment with ourselves and find out what works best for all of us. We all have different genetics, and different foods affect us differently. But the one thing we all have in common is that we're human and we can consume meat. And if you just eliminate everything from your diet for a month or so, just eat meat. Again, like I said at the beginning of this video, or the last video, I got cut off, but you'll know exactly how every single food affects you. Because if you go a month with only eating meat products, and then all of a sudden you go ahead and have yourself a steak and a baked potato and some broccoli, and you wake up in the morning and you can't get up and you're groggy, you know it was that goddamn potato, the starches. And at least then you know, and then you can pick and choose your battles, and I could eat it today, or but at least you know what's going on. My best friend Jason, I don't know if he's still on here, but that motherfucker, we'd give him a fucking Reese's peanut butter cup, and he would eat it, and he would be like, oh, I could feel the fucking sugar kicking in. Oh, yeah. And then he finds out fucking 30 years later that he's allergic to peanut butter. You guys fucking lucky he didn't kill himself eating all them damn peanut butter cups. But again, we got to take time to work on ourselves. We got to take time to find ways to eliminate these chemicals and shit from our diet and try and eat clean. And what I mean by eating clean is just by cooking your own meals. At least then you know what went into it. It's not a bunch of processed food. Ha ha ha! Does carnivore diet include no alcohol? Yes. You could maybe get away with vodka, like Tito's, that potato, but even then, because it's been distilled. But rum, with all those liquors, most of them are full of sugar and carbs, man. It's a tough one. But I would definitely, if I was to drink and like watching my like calories and stuff like that as a carnivore, I definitely would stick with vodka. It's just there's not a whole lot of like sugars in it. It's been pretty much distilled out. But oh yeah, that's another one though. Like alcohol's like part of the programming, man. They want us all addicted to that shit and being weak. They don't want us to be our strongest selves. They don't want us to overcome. They want something holding us down and holding us back and keeping us from doing shit. Distraction. We can't do the distraction thing. And it's tough. It really is. The only way I know that I've broken through it for many reasons. Number one, I've never been immunized. My family doesn't believe in that. So I never had an immunization, and those play a big part in causing mental problems. And I also feel like those immunizations can have mind control aspects to them to keep people dumbed down for their entire lives. And the fluoride in the water and things that, keep our pineal gland from working, and people not understanding even what their pineal gland is, and not understanding that it's an eyeball. It's in your head. That's your intuition. That's your gut. That's what helps your gut understand whether you can trust someone or not. What up, James? Oh, yeah. Here, I'll go inside. I think it's time for... Hold on a sec, guys. And I've got microphones and stuff that clip on. I'll get a little better at this. I was a little bit tight today on time just because I'm out there gardening too and digging in the dirt and enjoying the fact that I have the day off on my birthday. But, well, I've already talked about a lot of things, and I'm sure I got a lot more too, but I really think that the biggest part of why I want to do this again, I can't repeat this enough, is I'm here to provoke thought. I'm here to make people think. And even, like I said, even if they don't like me or they think I'm crazy or they love me, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. As long as I made you think for once and I entertain you, whether you laugh at me or none of that bothers me anymore. I just am very in love with myself. Looking within, finding myself. And I just want to share it with the world. Like people have been telling me for years to do this, and I'm finally doing it. And again, this isn't going to be just talking about this stuff, but I want to travel. We're going to hit up waterfalls and rivers and lakes and the ocean and build shit. We're going to go to the Upper Peninsula, Michigan, where my brother has 52 acres and is building a cabin right now. And I really want to get into the woods and build some shit with him and underground living and solar powered generators and getting away. I want to start my own tribe of Daniel. And if anybody knows about Daniel, the word, and the tribe of Daniel, I got a very, very long lineage of the word Dan, which you can find all through several languages and several parts of it. But I'm trying to start, a following. I want to find property and build and welcome people that are like me, that have lost their egos, that have lost their will to impress the world, and just want to like grow some good weed and vegetables and just live with love and, you know, privacy, and like not have to depend on the government like the Alaskan bush people. Like, I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm working on it. And also being worldly and traveling. You know, I've got a daughter who lives in Mallorca. She lives in Europe, and she's asking me to move there. I could go there easily and get a job as a chef. And I don't know where this world of wind is going to blow me next, but I'm inspired by the wind. And when it blows and there's an opportunity in a door, I'm flying through that door. I love to see you here, Simone. Hell yeah. Little by little, this stuff will pick up. I saw my son for a little bit. Gushki hanging on. He ain't missing this shit. And I hope you guys watched the video that you missed. And again, I'm going to be posting this stuff and making videos and editing. And I need to find some interesting guests to do some spots so we can really touch on some subjects that are really going to excite people and piss people off and just be myself, you know. And again, we'll touch on all the different aspects of life, you know, and try and get this personality thing down and get comfortable with the camera and start letting it flow. I think I didn't do too bad today. Still a little nervous, and I got to get a little gear set up. But today I wanted to take everyone for a walk. I wanted to be outside. It was so beautiful. I had to take a walk, and beautiful ride in the Vespa today, and scored on this big, huge, hold on a sec. I scored on this huge piece of onyx. It's just absolutely gorgeous for freaking $5. So it was nice to go out today for a bike ride, and when I got this too. I scored on this too, my collie. So start turning this room into a studio. As you can see over here, I've got an 8-foot gorilla tent in my living room because my TV is like watching plants grow. But now I'm going to turn it into mushrooms, and I'm going outdoors with my weed this year. And yeah, I'm hoping to get some really cool sponsors. And the restaurant I work for is already behind me. They're going to help finance me to get my mushrooms going so we can support the restaurant and not have to deal with these whack-ass growers with bad mushrooms. But pink oysters are tough. Well, I guess for now I'm going to get off here, guys. I only got a few hours of light left, and I got to get back out in this garden. But please look out for me. I need 50 subscribers on YouTube so I can do YouTube Live. And I'm going to start hanging out with everybody every day. This coming up week, I'm actually on days. So normally it would be in the morning, but I got to get this lunch menu down at this brand new restaurant so that I can help fine-tune things and just have the information for myself so I can jump around and help. And our new menu comes out supposedly tomorrow. We'll see what happens. I ain't got to work till Tuesday, but yes, I'll be doing that too. I'm going to get a GoPro. I'm going to walk around. I'm going to wear my camera and fly around the kitchen. You get to see me spin and swirl and do all my shit, make all my sauces, do my thing. I want to share all kinds of I just want to share my life with everyone. So thank you everyone for coming to check it out. And I hope you guys really dig what I'm saying and what I'm doing. I love you all, and I can't wait to come back with another video. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have something. We'll see what happens with my meditations tonight. I love you guys, and I hope to see you guys soon on here. Please add me on YouTube and look out for me on TikTok, because I'm going to start that up too. Peace out, everyone. Thank you for listening. I'll talk to you soon. Mwah.